All right, everybody. Today is the 27th of Adar. Today is the vernal equinox. That is the first day of spring. And today Shabbat afternoon, we begin a new book of Torah this week, Vayikra, Leviticus. So we have a lot of new coming up. We're going to think about how we move through these transitions. And we'll warm up for a few minutes. And then I'll share some teaching, and then we'll continue with our practice until 1/4 And then we like to save 15 minutes for Q&A. If you're here for the first time or if you've never attended Q&A, also I call it Kiddush, we have a very lively time for chatting and integrating experience, so I encourage you to stay if you're able. All right, let us begin. So I will repeat, as I always do, that practice is yours. I'm just the guide, and you can make it yours by checking in with yourself regularly to see what you need. It might be different than what I am guiding, and so please do everything you need to make it your own practice. You can always do a little more of something or go a little deeper in a pose, or you can do less, or you can do something else entirely. So really spend this time to listen in and see what it is that you're needing. Okay, so we're going to start on our back. And either with the knees bent and the soles of the feet on the floor. This is particularly good if you have any low back strain or pain. Or if it's available to you, you can extend long on the floor into what I call starfish position. Just making an X with the legs as wide as the mat. Feet at the corners. And the arms also as wide as the mat, extended overhead if the shoulders will allow. Let's begin with a few deep breaths, just filling completely. And using the exhale to just melt, to drop into the mat. Just land right here, right now in this moment. You can feel the pressure of your body into the mat and to the floor. Just feel the contours, textures of your body against the mat. And then we'll kind of pulsate this starfish. What we're going to do is inhale and fill the body completely and extend fingers and toes and hold at the top. And then on the exhale, drop the jaw, give it a nice ha breath and some sound, and just let the limbs come back towards the center line. We'll do this 3 times. So here we go. Inhaling, belly, rib cage, chest, extend fingers and toes, and at the top, pause, hold the breath, full breath, filling the torso, and then exhaling, let arms and legs melt, move back toward the center line, let the body be heavy. And once again, inhale, extend fingers and toes, inhale belly, ribs, chest, pause and hold at the top. Exhale, just let it drop. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest, extend fingers and toes. Hold it at the top and exhale. Just let it all go. Let the head rock a little bit from side to side. Just letting the head and neck be easy. And bring the head back to center. Extend the arms overhead long. Again, if that's okay for your shoulders. If not, you'll want to take the arms by your sides. We're going to bring the knees up and the shins parallel with the ceiling. So with the fingertips extended and the palms facing the wall, or with the arms by the sides, we're going to stabilize the core here. So just feel this neutral pelvis even with the legs up. The tailbone is heavy. The rib cage is heavy. There's a little lift, a little curve at the lower back. The lower back is not pressed fully into the floor. Right? Neutral pelvis. Draw the navel to the spine, and we're going to dip the toes one at a time. Dip the right toes down to the floor and up, and the left toes down and up. We're going to go back and forth. Engaging the core, engaging the abdominal muscles. Corset the ribs in for protection. If you want to make this a little bit harder, you can take the toes out a little further from the body, or you can dip both toes at the same time. That'll make it harder. So you choose. It's bringing up some heat, using the breath side to side, and anywhere else in the body where there doesn't need to be any tension, see if you can soften. Don't need to engage the jaw or the throat in any of this. And then pause, coming back to center. Give the knees a little bit of a hug, a rock side to side. And we're going to take a twist. So the knees hugged in and the arms out at shoulder height. Let's inhale here and exhale the knees over to the right side. Right, so knees come down towards the floor, left shoulder, shoulder blade grounded to the floor. If you like, you can take a block and place it between the lower legs. If the left hip is particularly tight, that can be nice and helpful. I've modeled it here for you. You can just take that block between the legs on any level of the block. And then inhale, come back up through center. And exhale, take the knees over to the left. And just right away, dropping into this twist. Don't overdo, still the beginning of practice, but feeling the muscles to the sides of the spine. Feeling anything that engages in this activity. Just starting to feel right away the detoxifying quality of twisting, squeezing the abdominal organs, bringing more blood as we release. And then hug the knees to the chest one more time. You might take the knees, the hands to the knees and make circles with the knees or rock side to side. And you can pause here or come up to a comfortable seat if you like while I share a little bit of teaching. So as I said, today's the 27th of the month of Adar. And we will welcome the month of Nisan on Wednesday night and Thursday. It's Rosh Chodesh, and Nisan is known as the first month, Chodesh HaRishon in the Torah. It's a big moment, right? Moving towards Pesach, moving towards our liberation. And this today is also the vernal equinox. It's the first day of spring. So we're really moving from the dormancy, the cold, the dark, the quiet of winter into spring, more sunlight, more time outdoors, more movement in the body. And this time between seasons is a time of cleansing, of purification, of detoxifying, trying to wake the body up as we maybe remove the cobwebs of winter. So it's change in the body. And then lastly, we start a new book of Torah this week. We start the book of Vayikra, the book of Leviticus. So in Parshat Vayikra, and in much of the book of Vayikra, we're talking about the laws around sacrifice and about the various kinds of sacrifices, animal offerings in the case of Torah times, and emotional and heart offerings in mindfulness speak. So we talk about, this portion talks about the meal offering, the mincha, the sacrifices for well-being, zevach shelamim, and those for sin offering, guilt offering, asham, and instructions for Aaron and his sons, for all the priests, on how they should handle these various kinds of sacrifice. So what are we talking about? We're talking about basically instructions for how to approach in life, how to come close, how to offer thanks, how to offer apology, how to offer forgiveness, how to relate both with the divine and with one another. And the Torah says that our offerings should make a pleasing odor for Yud He Vav He, a reach nichoach ladonai, reach nichoach. So there should be a pleasing odor in this. So in yoga speak, this very mat is, what we do on this mat is the offering. This is the altar. And we work through our actions in the body. And there's actually, if you study yogic philosophy, one of the first principles is called tapas, which is not a bunch of small plates, but it's about burning the fires of purification. Tapas is purification and burning off impurity. So this really comes right together, these two teachings, both from yoga and from Torah. Rabbi Yael Levi says, let your practices, deeds, doubts, mistakes, and blessings be your offerings. Right? So today I invite you to come bring your offering to the altar of what needs to be burned up, what needs to go, what's not useful anymore, what needs to be released. As we turn from winter to spring, and as we turn from Adar into Nisan, what needs to be your offering? And I want to share with us a poem, Instructions for the Journey by Pat Schneider. The self you leave behind is only a skin you have outgrown. Don't grieve for it. Look to the wet, raw, unfinished self, the one you are becoming. The world too sheds its skin, politicians, cataclysms, ordinary days. It's easy to lose this tenderly unfolding moment. Look for it as if it were the first green blade after a long winter. Listen for it as if it were the first clear tone in a place where dawn is heralded by bells. And if all that fails, wash your own dishes, rinse them, stand in your kitchen at your sink. Let cold water run between your fingers. Feel it. So we're going to intersperse throughout our practice today some twists, because twists really help us move from winter into spring. They help activate the body. Twists help us in this idea of knowing from center, from this deepest place, what needs to be our offering forward. So if you'll come to all fours, we're going to start actually with child pose. If this is too much knee or hip flexion for you, take an alternative. You can do it in the chair. You can take the blanket behind the knees for some support. So there are lots of options here. So we're going to take child pose, coming forward, extending through the fingertips, lengthening the sides of the body, starting to open, drawing the tailbone back, bowing the forehead. Forehead can rest on the mat or forehead can rest on the block. Another modification option you can choose is the hands on the blocks and drawing the tailbone back. You just see what you need in child pose. And then walk the arms over to the right, extend through the left fingertips. And then walk the arms through center and over to the left, extend through the right fingertips. Feel the opening in the right side of the body. And then come back to center and we're going to thread the needle, but we're going to do it in child pose rather than up on all fours. So the left arm is extended, the right arm threads through with the palm facing up, lay the shoulder down, and you can either rest on the right side of the head or you can turn the head forward and rest on the forehead, whichever you like. If it's too much on the floor, doesn't work for you, an option is just sitting and drawing the right arm across the body. So feel where this twist is affecting the spine, right? We're kind of confining it to the thoracic spine, the part of the spine at the rib cage and the neck, cervical. And feel any sensation through the shoulder. Continue to weight the tailbone back. And then slowly unravel. And we'll take the other side, sending the left arm, palm facing up, extending, lay the shoulder down. Walk those right fingertips forward. Again, the head can rest on the left side, or you can turn the forehead to face the mat, whichever you prefer. Just feel this bit of twist. How does it land for you? What places of tension can you offer up? Release. And then as you're ready, undo that. Come to one more long child pose. Palms are spread. Fingers are spread. Elbows lifted up off the mat. Shoulder blades drawing down the back. And then from here, we're going to come to standing through a ragdoll. So tuck the toes. Start to send the hips up. And keep a bend on the knee. It's hanging over in a ragdoll. Give it a little swing from side to side. Inhale, fully fill the belly, fill the torso. Fill the chest. And as you exhale, press into the feet, drop the tailbone, and begin to stack vertebra on vertebra, coming to rise up, pressing through the feet, rolling it up one vertebra at a time. Good. Once you get up to standing, take the feet a little wider than hip width apart and just start to bounce a little bit. So just feeling easy through the joints, and you can lift the feet a little. So ankles, knees, hips, wrists, elbows, shoulders. Just bounce, shake it out. See if you can just let it be easy, very organic. Make it up. And then pause, come to stillness. You can even close your eyes if you like. And notice any effect that that bit of movement has had internally to shake off the cobwebs, to wake up the system a little bit. And then open the eyes. Take the feet a little bit wider, and we're going to make some hip circles. So take the hands to the hips. We'll go in clockwise motion. Start with a narrow circle, and then start to widen it. Just starting to feel sensation through the back, the hips, the buttocks, the legs. Nice wide circle. Maybe the torso starts to get involved, swinging back as the hips come forward, swinging forward as the hips go back. And then pause and take it in the other direction, starting small and getting larger if you like. Just take it nice and slow, super slow hula hoop action. Just starting to wake up the hips. And then pause, come back to center. So all that to warm up for our offering of standing poses. We're going to start with triangle pose. So you can place the blocks or you can place your chair if you're going to use the chair. Going to the right, so turning the left toes in and the right toes out, nice wide stance. The front heel bisecting the back arch. Extend the feet really nice and firmly to the floor. Let's find your even stance here. Let's take the hands to the hips. Inhale, fill this shape that you are. And exhale, let the hips slide to the left as the torso comes to the right. You can do this a couple times. Inhaling up and exhaling, shift the hips, take the torso, long line of the spine. Just starting to warm up this movement. Like you're just shifting the hips along a conveyor belt and the spine lengthens. And then when you've kind of found your place, you might take the bottom arm down. So maybe it comes to the shin, maybe it comes to the block, maybe it comes to the chair, to the ankle. See where that is for you. The legs are straight, the torso is lengthened, there's no bend in the spine. And then you might take the top arm up toward the ceiling. So you can do this in stages as we begin to find triangle pose, pressing down with the feet, lengthening away with the crown of the head, and maybe the gaze comes up toward the ceiling if the neck allows. Right? You can always keep the top arm to the hip. Lots of options. Wherever you are, be here and breathe. Slow, smooth, steady breaths. If it's your time to come out, go ahead and come out. If you want to stay another breath or two. And then as you're ready, press into the feet. Inhale to come up, switch the feet. And we'll try the other side. So hands to the hips, inhale. Exhale, shift the hips to the right as the torso comes to the left. Inhale, press into the feet, lift up. And exhale, shift, extend. Press into the feet. Inhale, come up. Exhale, shift. Just take it in your own time, a few times, working with the hips here. And then when you find your way, taking the bottom arm down. And if you like, the top arm up toward the ceiling. Maybe the gaze comes up toward the ceiling. So there's a twisting in the ribs as the bottom ribs, the left side of the rib cage, starts to move forward. Long spine and twisting up just a bit toward the ceiling. Press into the feet. Inhale to come up. And we'll turn the feet once again to the other side. We're going to take warrior two. So hands on the hips, or inhale the arms to shoulder height. Exhale, bend the knee and start to come into the pose. And you can come in and out, again, just like triangle, if you want to come in and out a couple times, or just come in and stay. Just finding warrior two, the energy of this offering today. Extend through the fingertips, drop the shoulder blades, let a little heat build through the legs. And then as you're ready, press into the legs to come up, turn the feet. Give the arms a rest for a moment, and then we'll take the other side. Inhaling the arms shoulder height, exhaling, bend the knees. Be here and breathe. And as you're ready, press into the legs, come on up, and we'll turn the feet once again. So coming to the right side, this time we're going to move into side angle pose. So inhale the arms up, shoulder height. Exhale, bend through the right knee. And then we're going to take the forearm to the thigh, or to the hand to the block, or the hand to the chair. You decide where you want to be. Top arm can be at the hip, or it can come up and over, lengthening long. See what your shoulder will allow. And then using the forearm or using the hand on your prop to press the forearm into the thigh and help twist the rib cage toward gazing up. Just breathing with this offering. And as you're ready, come on out. Come back up, switch the legs, and we'll take the other side. Inhale the arms. Exhale, bend the knee. Then taking the forearm, or the hand to the block, or the hand to the chair. And the top arm perhaps comes over. Slow, smooth, steady breaths. Just being with this offering. And as you're ready, come on up. We'll bring these feet together. Find mountain pose. Feet together or hip width apart, however you prefer to take mountain. And just pause. And perhaps you'd like to take a hand to the belly and a hand to the chest. And maybe even close the eyes Just notice. How is it right now? What needs to be offered up? Then we're going to come down to the floor to sit. Swing the legs over toward your right. So I have the right ankle touching the left thigh. Left foot is behind me. We're going to take a little twist to the right and then come back to center. You can even use your arm coming across, coming back to center. This back and forth, this little bit of twist, lifting and lowering the left hip as we go. Sorry, everything is dark, my clothing and the mat, so you can't see so much, but the hip comes up and the hip goes down. So all kind of opening and closing. And then twisting to the right and placing the hands down on the floor. And you can figure out where they need to be, close to the body, further from the body, starting to walk behind more. It sort of depends on your abdomen, your torso. Just feeling this little bit of movement across the belly. And we'll come back and we'll switch sides. So swinging the legs around to the right. And now starting to take the twist in the direction toward the left. So you can use the right arm across the horizon here. Inhaling as you open and exhaling as you twist. And then placing the hands down. Just walk the hands where they need to go. Explore into this. It might be different on one side than the other side. You can even come down to the forearms if you like. Just feeling the parts of the torso that engage with that twist. And then we're going to take another version of a seated twist. So grab your blanket, fold it, I've got it in this fold, and I'm sitting up on it. And we'll start by extending the left leg and drawing the right knee in. Right? So there are three options here for this. You can stay parallel and twist. You can cross the foot over the leg and twist, or you can tuck the bottom leg under and twist. All are just perfect. So see what works best for you. They're just each a little bit different from the other, but basically we're getting the same action. So see what is the best configuration for you. Take the fingers interlaced at the right shin and pressing into the shin, inhale and lift the spine tall. So the sitting bones are grounded, the crown is tall, and then as we exhale, spin it to the right. And see where the left hand wants to go. It might be hand to the knee, it might be elbow to the knee, it might be elbow to the outside of the knee. Feel the offering of this twist. Is it pleasant? Is it unpleasant? Does it feel like a friend or like a stranger after a long winter? Just notice where you are. See if you can allow yourself to be right in the heart of it without any judgment, but just noticing how the experience is landing, noticing sensations. And then as you're ready, release. And we'll take the other side. So again, your options are right leg extended, left leg in, parallel, or cross over, or tuck the right leg under you. So wherever you are, hands to the shin, ground the sitting bones. Inhale, lift the spine as you pull against the shin and lift up. And then exhale, spin it to the left. Find the twist. And then as you're ready, release. Shake out the legs. And we'll come down to the floor. Lengthen the whole body long. An extended mountain pose on the floor. Feet hip width apart or feet together. Arms extended overhead. Lengthen. Find length. Breathe here. Flex the feet, engage them. Spread the fingertips. Hollow out the abdomen. Okay, now from here, we're going to take the arms out at shoulder height and take the knees up like we did at the beginning with the shins perpendicular to the ceiling. Keeping the knees together, we're going to inhale here and then exhale the knees over to the right, just a few inches. Feel how the abdomen engages. Inhale back to center and exhale the knees just a couple inches to the left. Keep them together. Inhale back to center. Take the knees to the right a little further this time. Let them hover. Inhale through center. Exhale the knees to the left a little further. Let the core engage. Inhale back to center. And we're going to take it like this. Just keep going side to side slowly in your own breath. Be really present with your own abs and low back to see how far you can go. You can take it as far as hovering the knees over the floor and then inhaling it back to center. So it's exhaling to the side and inhaling back to center. Take it in your own breath. Just feel the heat in the belly. It's beginning to work this whole, what they call in Pilates, the powerhouse. The whole core of torso, buttocks, thighs. The back muscles. And then the next time you come down to the right, come on all the way down and stay there. Let this twist be a release. And if you're super twisty and open, you can take the left leg and cross it over the right. takes it a little bit deeper, if that's available to you. Your choice. Just really stay with yourself. Don't overdo. Be right where you are. And then inhale, bring the knees back to center. And exhale, take them all the way down to the left. Again, let this twist just be a releasing twist. And if you want the little bit of extra juice, cross the right leg over the left at the knees. And then when you're ready, undo. And take a few moments to stretch any way you like. Just final movements before we go into Shavasana, into rest. See what the body wants, a little improvisation. And then as you're ready, come to stillness. You might want to cover yourself with a blanket or take the blanket as a pillow for your head or put on some layers. Just allow the body to come to stillness. You can take your glasses off if you're wearing glasses. You might lengthen the body completely. Lengthen the legs. Have the arms by your sides with the palms facing up and the shoulders tucked under you. More traditional final relaxation pose. Or if you prefer constructive rest, you might try the knees bent, the soles of the feet to the floor. The elbows bent and the palms resting on the low belly. You've made your offering. Let it go. Surrender the work. Allow the mind and the body and the heart to just quiet down for a few moments. As you're ready, begin to deepen the breath. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. Make your way up to a comfortable seat. As we get ready to transition out of our practice and back into our week and into a new book of Torah and a new season and a new Hebrew month, this time of offerings and transformations, I'll reread this poem. Instructions for the Journey by Pat Schneider. The self you leave behind is only a skin you have outgrown. Don't grieve for it. Look to the wet, raw, unfinished self, the one you are becoming. The world too sheds its skin. Politicians, cataclysms, ordinary days. It's easy to lose this tenderly unfolding moment. Look for it as if it were the first green blade after a long winter. Listen for it as if it were the first clear tone in a place where dawn is heralded by bells. And if all that fails, wash your own dishes. Rinse them. Stand in your kitchen at your sink. Let cold water run between your fingers. Feel it. As you're ready, allow the eyes to open, starting to take in the room again. Just notice colors, textures, light, and notice how you feel. Shavua Tov, thank you.